Venom 3 is called Wonderful and tracking at $70 million opening weekend. So, next week, next Thursday, Venom 3 comes out. Venom 3 comes out, and it's going to be one where it's going to go one of two ways. Ready? This movie has a good opportunity, a very good opportunity to be a hit or a miss. And right now, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit of a miss for them. That's not saying it's a massive drop, but let's take a look at this. So this is coming from a Marvel artist. So they work for Marvel. Take this with a grain of salt. While we await the review embargo to lift on the highly anticipated Sony Marvel sequel, Venom: The Last Dance, comic book artist, writer, and the creator of Venom, villain Cole, who is all set to make his big screen debut in the follow-up, has now taken to Twitter to reveal he has seen the movie and it's wonderful. Ryan Stegman, who has written for several major Marvel characters, including She-Hulk, X-23, Spider-Man, and Venom, the pair they recently took issue with the upcoming Venom 3, revealing that neither of them knew their character would be appearing in the movie. It seems that their criticism may have reached the Sony desks, with Stegman revealing that he has now seen the movie and sharing his reaction. I saw Venom: The Last Dance. It's wonderful. You guys are going to lose your mind. Cole, baby, Cole. So, is it Cole or Canole? I believe it's Canole. It's probably Canole. So, what does that mean for the box office? Well, this is something that is very interesting. Because if we take a look at what the past couple have done, which we will do here in just a minute. This is coming from comicbookresources.com. And comicbookresources.com is reporting this. That Deadline is projecting that Venom 3 is set to have an opening weekend of $70 million when it hits theaters on October 25th. Now, that's a massive drop from the $80 to $120 million that the Venom threequel was previously tracked during the late September timeframe. The change in the box office tracking also comes with an unfortunate franchise record reversal. Under its previous tracking, The Last Dance was set to possibly surpass Venom: The Last Dance. Surpass Venom: Let There Be Carnage domestic star at $90 million to take the crown for the best opening weekend in the franchise. However, with the movie now listen to the wording here, only set to earn $70 million, that's lower than both Let There Be Carnage and Venom. So let's just see this. Ready? Let's just look at this for a second here. Think about the context here. Okay? What just happened? What just happened? We had Joker Folie à Deux. Okay? Look what happened last year. The comic book genre took a massive shit. The box office took a massive shit. This is what happens when a bad movie and bad word of mouth comes out about a comic book property. That is not going to be a massive promising start for the next comic book movie. I hate to tell you, that's not what you want to see. And this is not what you want to see. What you want to see, what you really do want to see, is a upgrade, is a upswing in this, right? So, I'm not saying that Joker Folie à Deux is the cause of this, but it's a good possibility. With Joker Folie à Deux, its astronomically disappointing box office and the awful film that everybody is saying it is, that's not surprising that this film is potentially going to be at $70 million. But let's take a look at the numbers. This is what's really important. This is very important to take a look at. They say only $70 million. Well, that's one of the biggest openings of 2024. It's going to open bigger than Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It might even get over Despicable Me 4. If it gets over to Despicable 4, it'll be the 8th biggest opening weekend of the entire week. So, in the biggest weekends, let's take a look at this. And this isn't even opening weekends. This is opening weekend. This is opening weekend. Three opening weekends in a row. Boom, 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 boom. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll be in the top 8 or 9 openings of the entire year. See what I'm saying here? Saying it's going to only open with $80 million, with $70 million, you're going over. You're going over than what Joker did. You're going over what Joker did. Hate to tell you, this isn't a massive flop. What's happening here, what's really happening here, is I think that people are taking this a little out of proportion. Because, one, this movie has not even opened yet. The movie hasn't opened. 2, we haven't heard any of the reviews yet. We haven't seen anything about it. We've seen marketing. We've heard a comic book artist who works for Marvel and has written for Marvel for multiple characters saying that this film is good and you're going to love it. Well, they work for Marvel. Take that with a grain of salt. But what I think is really going to be important here is what happens with this box office. If the movie is good, that's what counts. If not, it falls flat. It falls completely flat. So what we're going to do here is we're going to think about this logically for just a second, okay? If this movie flops, it is partially in fault to Joker Folie à Deux. It's partially part of the decline in a box office in a comic book film that just happened to be Joker Folie à Deux. One needs to succeed for the other to succeed. If you see one comic book movie, that takes you out of the comic book feel. You see what I'm saying here? But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is going to happen with the with the Venom 3, Venom Last Dance box office? Do you think it's going to go over $70 million? Do you think it goes to 80? Can it be in the 7th or 8th place of the biggest openings of 2024? Or does it keep going down? We'll see what happens when the reactions come out. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts.